Labour's promises during the election seemed to offer hope for a better future for the United Kingdom. But after just 6 months in power, it's becoming clear that they've abandoned their commitments and are now making life even harder for the average Briton. If you thought their previous actions were bad, the latest revelation will shock you, and it's certain to stir anger across the country. At present, 35,000 asylum seekers are living in hotels across the UK at a staggering cost to the taxpayer. Each day, it's costing the government an eye-watering £5.4 million to provide these accommodations. This program, which Labour initially seemed committed to phasing out, is now being extended. And how are they planning to do it? They are purchasing 800 additional properties to house even more illegal migrants who've entered the country through unauthorized routes. This isn't just a temporary solution. This is a long-term plan to continue housing people who entered the country illegally while taxpayers are footing the bill. You might remember that Labour made bold promises before the election. They said they would put an end to the asylum hotel system. They claimed they would go after the criminal gangs that have been facilitating illegal immigration into the UK. Instead of keeping those promises, Labour is doubling down on the very policies they once claimed they would abolish. They are more focused on expanding the asylum housing system than fixing the root causes of the crisis in the first place. What's even more disturbing is how Labour is funding all of this. The government isn't looking at alternative, more effective solutions. They are turning to the taxpayer to fund their plans. With taxes already on the rise, it's the ordinary British citizen who is paying the price. The cost of housing asylum seekers is only one aspect of this issue. Labour's increasing reliance on taxpayer money to fund their housing plans is just the tip of the iceberg. These actions come at a time when many UK citizens are struggling with the rising cost of living, stagnant wages, and skyrocketing energy bills. Instead of addressing the issues that matter most to hardworking families, Labour is forcing ordinary people to bear the burden of this endless spending spree. And what about the promises Labour made about controlling illegal immigration? Well, it's clear now that those were simply empty words. Instead of implementing real solutions to control the flow of illegal migrants into the UK, they've given up on their pledge. They are now focused on buying up more properties to house asylum seekers, while tax-paying British citizens continue to feel the pinch. This failure to take responsibility for the immigration crisis is incredibly concerning for the future of the country. At a time when the UK is facing serious challenges, from economic downturns to rising public discontent, Labour's actions only make matters worse. Their lack of action on tackling illegal immigration and their prioritisation of illegal migrants over the British people is deeply troubling. Instead of using taxpayers' money to ease the burden on families, Labour is creating more strain, more financial pressure, and more uncertainty for ordinary citizens. But the biggest question remains: why is Labour turning a blind eye to the needs of the British people? Why are they so focused on expanding a system that benefits illegal migrants at the expense of the taxpayers who fund it? How long can this government continue to ignore the voices of the very people who are struggling to make ends meet? This is a government that has broken its promises, and it's a government that's increasingly out of touch with the concerns of ordinary citizens. If you're frustrated by Labour's decisions and feel that they are failing to represent the interests of the British people, you're not alone. It's time for a serious discussion about what the future holds under this leadership. What do you think about Labour's plans? Do you believe this government is prioritising the needs of illegal migrants over the British people? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you agree that Labour is not acting in the best interests of the UK, don't forget to like this video. It's time to hold those in power accountable. The future of Britain is at stake, and it's crucial that the government starts listening to the real concerns of its citizens.